And while police continue their manhunt for remaining suspects in the murder of Olorato Mongale, we look at some intimate moments shared with friends and colleagues. Mongale was killed on Sunday and her body found in Lombardy West after going on her date with her alleged killer. Newzroom Afrika's Scara Mafokoane is in Bloemfontein, joining us now from the high school where Olorato matriculated in 2012. Good morning again, Scara, and it's just heartbreak upon heartbreak as you hear all of these recollections, so many dreams still born in Olorato's life. Share with us what her former schoolmates and what her possibly her educators at school as well have had to say about her.
And to our viewers, indeed, it's still a shocking story that we are covering, but we're trying to get to the intimate moments of Olorato, the student, Olorato, the colleague, Olorato, the friend, and walking into the school, UniC Girls High School in Bloemfontein, where she matriculated in 2012, when you just walking into the reception area, it's an emotional, it has been an emotional week for them. But they tell you about the bubbly Olorato, the kind of student that she was, in outreach programs, in the things that she did and performed at the school. We went through the matric book, the yearbook in 2012, and you can see a smiley and bubbly Olorato. But I'm here, Iman, joined by one of the teachers here at the school, Miss Irini, and I'll pronounce the surname Grammatikos, who joins me, Iman, just to share those moments, and what the mood is here and what the educators are. Miss Irini, you spoke to me earlier about a classmate in 2012 of Olorato, who is now a teacher here at the school. Just take us through how the staff here has taken the news of Olorato's passing.
Good morning. I am an educator here at UniC, and I just want to say that I'll be speaking on behalf of our headmistress, Mrs. Botma, who's currently at a principal's conference, but who knew Olorato personally. Firstly, I would like to read a short message from her. And Mrs. Botma describes Olorato as someone who is vibrant, was confident, and who truly had a remarkable presence about her. And you mentioned a classmate of hers. Now, this classmate is a current colleague of mine, and just asking her about Olorato, I could see how emotion filled her eyes and how it was a very difficult thing to speak about. But I'd like to share a description that she shared with me too. She says that Olorato was someone who had a voice and who always fought for what was right, that she loved drama as a subject because it gave her the opportunity to truly express herself. And something that stood out for me is that she describes her as someone who cared so deeply for those around her. And as a third party involved, I could see how Olorato's presence in her life truly filled her life with light, and that this is something very difficult for her friends and her family to go through. If you don't mind, I'd also like to share a message from her hostel house mother, Miss Mayani. She remembers Olorato as a beautiful young woman with a contagious and an attractive smile. She says that she was feisty, but that she wasn't scared to stand up for what she believes in. And she remembers her as someone who was always neat and stylish, and says that's something she definitely got from her mom. And on behalf of the UniC community, I would like to send our sincerest condolences to the friends and the family of Olorato. It is a time where our community pulls together, and I just want them to know that they are in our thoughts and prayers during this difficult time.
Just lastly, ma'am, the intimate moments shared with Olorato, especially with your current colleague, who knew her very well from class in 2012 when they matriculated. What are some of the things that she describes, as Olorato, the student inside the classroom?
We didn't go into too much detail because, like I said, it is very emotional for her to speak about. But she just couldn't stop describing her vibrant personality and how they were always laughing together. And even though they were in separate classes for some subjects, they still found a way to always come together during the school day. And she just says that there are way too many stories to actually share. And that's why I said it gave me the impression that she was such a light in the eyes or in the lives of her friends.
And a message from the school to the family?
Just as I said, to know that the family are in our thoughts, in our prayers, and that Olorato will always have, or her memory will always live on here at UNISI.
Teacher Irini, thank you so much for your time. There you have it, Iman. Describing Olorato, the student, and the student that beamed with smiles and laughter, but who also excelled in class as well. As we give the nation the Olorato, the beyond the young girl who was murdered, but intimate moments of her life spent in the classroom, spent in the workplace, and also in varsity.
Scara Mafokoane, thank you very much for those reflections on her life. And we'll continue to get those in the lead up to Olorato's sending off ceremony, which happens on Sunday.